People of Reddit. Identical twins of Reddit. What's something non-identical between the two of you? I like to joke that my brother soaked up all the artistic juices in the womb, as my mother is an astoundingly good artist and incredibly creative. He's an incredible artist and writer. As for me, on the other hand, stick figures, and even those he does better than that, we're pretty much the same person. My cousins are identical twins. One is 130 pounds, the other is 320 pounds. I dated an identical twin. They had matching birthmarks in several places. And they were all mirror image. One left-handed, one right, etc. We're mirror image, I'm left-handed and he's right-handed. Our personalities are also opposites in many ways, with me being more outgoing versus him being reserved. He enjoys sports and I enjoy gaming, etc., etc. I'm married with kids. My twin is not. My wife is an identical twin. When we first started dating, I could tell them apart from their voices, smell, makeup, and eyes. However, when they swam or took a very recent bath, they were damn near impossible to tell apart. No smell and no makeup. If they were silent, it was tough. Now 20 years later, the twin became an alcoholic and turned to food as a coping mechanism. My wife isn't little, but she doesn't look at all like her sister anymore. My twin and I both had cancer. She died and I survived. I know a set of twins who are in their mid-30s. Usually, when they age, some differences can be spotted. They are absolutely identical, have the same job, dress the same for work, they have corporate jobs, and the company's policy is not very rigid, so they have room to dress differently, but choose not to. Same haircut, same glasses, same weight, similar birthmarks, go to the same gym. It's really hard to tell them on weekends. One is queer and the other is super traditional straight. If you meet them at a family function or a party, probably one will be wearing makeup so you know who is who. Not an answer to the question, but it's mind-blowing how many people over the years asked us if our boy-girl twins were identical. So many that when someone out in public asked, we just started saying yes. When my mother was pregnant with me, they did an ultrasound and found she was having twins. When they did another ultrasound a few weeks later, they discovered that I had resorbed the other fetus. Do I regret this? No, I believe his tissues has made me stronger. I now have the strength of a grown man and a little baby. My boobs are about 3-4 cup sizes larger than hers. We have no idea why. I still have a baby tooth and he doesn't. My adult tooth never came in to make it loose, still in at 36 years. Well, that never happened with my brother. I have identical twins. One has a freckle on her chin and the other doesn't. Makes it really easy to tell them apart, LOL. I'm gay, he's straight. I have one left-handed and one right-handed identical twins. Their hair also parts in the opposite direction. The way we treat others, I build them up, she tears them down. I went to school with identical twin boys. One was flamboyant and as gay as the day is long. His brother is straight jock type. One of us is not a raging narcissist asshole. I have a birthmark on my thumb and he has his on the back of his neck. Our personalities, he's the extrovert, I'm not. I have a sternum, he doesn't, kinda. So he has a concave chest, while I have essentially an extra bone in mine. We each had major TMJ jaw correctional surgery when we were 16, literally the next day after the other. But one of us had extra small bones in his face that the other one didn't have. And then there were just extra small bones that both of us had. Technically, we don't know if we're identical or fraternal, but between the chest thing and face thing, I think it's a safe assumption that we're identical. It's also highly likely that we were conjoined at one point before getting separated prior to being born. Food preference. I'm a foodie willing to try anything at least once. And he's a fast food junkie that wants quick meals without waits. We can't agree on the color of the dress. We aren't so identical after all. He's a show and I'm a grower. I am hard of hearing and they are not. We're twins, but we're also both our own person with our own experiences and have always been treated as such by our family. There are lots of differences and many similarities too. I'm left-handed and he's right-handed. Reading through these comments has made me realize how common that actually is. I'm not a twin, but I'm the mom of newborn identical twins, and one of my babies has a birthmark and the other doesn't. My identical twin sister enjoys working with young children as a school teacher, while I work as a nurse and prefer working with the older population. I have 12-year-old identical sons. One has a cowlick at the front of his hairline, so that helps if their hair isn't super short. One hit puberty earlier, so they're pretty different in height and weight right now. They've been mostly the same size before this year. I'm not a twin, but I know a set of teenage twins who are such a delight. One recently came out as gay. He's always been artistic and very social. His brother is more of a tough guy but kinda shy. And the other twin is still a bit young to show any interest in dating, romance, etc. But everything indicates he's straight. The lovely thing is how unified and kind-hearted they are. They're both physically strong, and they don't tolerate anyone bullying anyone. I'm told by their parents that at their school it's known not to let the twins find out you've been bullying anyone, or the bully will answer to them. They don't initiate physical fights, but they will issue some warnings for sure. My dad is an identical twin, but his brother used to always complain that my dad stole his willy as well before birth. Not a twin, but my favorite answer is always my dick is bigger than my sister's. He wears glasses. I don't. My identical twin and I have very different mouths, also noses, but that's BC has been broken a couple times. He's left-handed. I'm as taller than he by an inch, or voice is deeper. My right jaw clicks when I open my mouth past a certain extent because of assault from years back, whereas his jaw is fine. Many years ago, I was working for a graphic design company and editing a photo of a couple of identical twin model dudes wearing Speedos. Pointed out that one was maybe an inch taller, so wasn't he lucky, and my coworker gestured for me to look lower, and sure enough, the slightly shorter one was smuggling a tube of tennis balls down there. He has the cilantro soap taste gene. I do not. He can curl his tongue. I can't. I am an identical twin. I am Christian, but lean left politically. My twin, we are both girls, is atheist, but leans right politically. Her love for pink, her health. I have been chronically ill since we were born, but she's always been healthy, thankfully. Literally everything. We are completely different. She's super extroverted and I'm really introverted and all that. I have heterochromia and she doesn't. We both had blue eyes as toddlers until mine spontaneously changed, so our youngest photos are the most difficult to distinguish. We let our personalities start to shine from an early age. I knew two other sets of twins, and even in college, they were still incredibly similar, whereas my brother and I really dressed differently. I dyed my hair black and rocked out. He went a bit more stylish gamer route. After growing up being dressed in the same clothes, or he in red and me in blue, our folks really allowed us to express ourselves. I found it weird that other twins around us didn't. They were like living the same life almost. Over the years, we look more like brothers than twins now. I am really into my fitness, and he has games and computers. Our bodies look nothing alike. Our facial features show we're the same, but nothing else really. That, and I have a few more birthmarks on my chest and arms. At summer camp, I met Hallie, who looked exactly like me. We discovered we were twins separated at birth, so we switched places to meet the parents we never knew. When we found out Dad was remarrying, we schemed to reunite our parents. In the end, our plan worked, and now our family is back together. Me and my twin are complete opposites. I have a pixie cut and she has long hair. I am a musician and she is a mathematician. I am gay and she is straight. I am extroverted and she is introverted. Despite being so different, we are best friends and have so much in common. My twin sister is reckless, been arrested multiple times, always trying new drugs, sleeping with anyone unprotected. Thanks for watching.